finished talking about hip month. Now we're going to move up the chain a little bit and look at thoracic spine. The thoracic spine is quite an important part of the whole.
That's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
the whole spine, because we want to take a look at how it moves in relation to the shoulder and in relation to the lower back. Believe it or not, the two things I see for golfers coming in with pain is shoulder pain and low back pain. Oftentimes it's the middle structure, the thoracic spine, not doing its work that leads to overcompensation here, and then too much lumbar spine rotation, putting too much load on the joints in the low spine that causes a lot of back pain, and then inactive golfers. So I'm going to take a look at what we call flexion and extension to the thoracic spine in a seated test here with Mark. So Mark, just sit right here facing that way, please. Okay, what I'm going to ask him to do is kind of pretend he has a golf ball between his knees, squeeze tight there. This will take out some of the lumbar spine from moving if he were to move in flexion or extension. And then I'm going to ask him to put his arms across his chest. As you can see in the camera, we're looking for a nice uniform curvature. What we see with individuals nowadays is we spend a lot of time on the computer and we're in like this position more than we are in the opposite position. So we'll start with flexion, see how well he does with that. I'm assuming he'll do quite well. So try to think about bringing your elbow tips to your hip, bring your chin down to your chest, and rounding out through here. We're looking for like a uniform spinal curve. And for the most part, he does, okay? All the way through here. So that's pretty good. Now we do the opposite. So this one where people start to cheat. They start to lift through the low back before they lift through the T-spine. So I'm gonna have my hand on this low back and see if you can bring his elbow tips again to the ceiling. Okay, and we're looking for it. This starts to go uniform. And there's a little uniform, but it's flatter up through here. Let's say he's stuck right here and he can't do anymore, he has pain, then we're gonna find out what's causing it. The interesting thing about the thoracic spine, you can take a break there, the thoracic spine extension is coupled with rotation. So if you have a struggle with extension, then more likely you have trouble with rotation. So let's take a look at rotation. So Mark, if you come over, hands and knees facing the camera if you don't mind. Okay, we're gonna go through a lumbar lock test, and we're taking a look at thoracic mobility. So we're trying to take the scapula totally out of the equation. So bring your glutes down to your heels, almost like a child's pose, okay? Put your right hand in the middle. Your job is to keep your head over this right hand when we look at left thoracic rotation. Take your left arm, put it on the small of your back, palm facing the ceiling. Okay, first, can you get there? Yes. Is there any pain there, Mark?
Nope.
No. Now we're gonna take a look at whether he can break 45 degrees. If this plane horizontally here is 0, this plane vertically is 90, 45 degrees is kind of here. Can he get his top of the acromion, the clavicle, past 45 degrees? So right now, Mark, take a look at your left shoulder, bring it up to the ceiling. Flawless, okay? He can do it. Are there any compensations happening? Is he starting to load this side? No, he's not. He's secure, his head is over his hand, and he brings his left AC joint past 45 degrees. Let's say you're not like most of my clients, maybe you're right around here. He can't do 45 degrees, and that's actively. I'm gonna come over here and say, he can't do it actively, so can he do it passively? I'm gonna hook around here and stabilize his other side and bring him past. Oh, he can go passively. So if he can't do it actively, but he can do it passively, we're thinking maybe it's a motor control issue. Maybe he hasn't learned to do it without compensating. But if he can't do it actively or passively, we're thinking maybe it's a joint issue, maybe it's a muscle extensibility issue. Okay, come back, we'll do the other side now. Switch out. Okay, and then once again, look, he breaks 45 degrees quite easy there. Any discomfort there? Okay, once again, if you can't do it, I would help him and see what's causing the issue. We're looking at 45 degrees and we're looking for the quality. Is he shaky or is he able to do it in a nice structured stance?